Back as the NDA finalizes its Bihar seat sharing formula with the BJP and JD and other allies, with BJP and JD contesting 101 seats each, Chirag Paswan's LGP contesting around 29 seats and smaller allies 6 each. Attention has now turned to when the NDA or the allies will release their first list of candidates. Just 21 days to go for polls, except Prashant Kishor's Suraaj party. Political parties in Bihar are yet to announce seats, which makes it clear that the campaign is going to be really tight this time. And when it comes to Mahagatbandhan, there is more mystery and more uncertainty. In fact, a Delhi court also framed charges against RJD leaders Tejashwi Yadav, Lalu Prasad Yadav and Rabri Devi today, even as RJD leaders held meetings with allies to finalize seat sharing.
Well, everything heating up there in Patna. Vasudha, Prashant Kishor has released a second list of 65 candidates. He doesn't have alliance headaches and he can release his set of candidates, taking his total to 116, but has kept his own candidature, particularly from Tejashwi Yadav's Raghopur seat, under the wraps, whether he's going to do it or not. The RJD Congress Mahagatbandhan continues to negotiate its seat sharing under pressure to project unity and readiness as NDA and JSP move ahead decisively. But even the NDA allies have sounded some resentment, even as they vouch support for the alliance. The big question, what's causing the muddle in seat sharing, and will the NDA have the edge only because it has announced seat sharing, Vasudha?
That's right, Vida. We are joined by Lalu Prasad, spokesperson of the BJP. We have Anshul Avijit, spokesperson of the Congress party. We have Dr. Ravi Shankar, he represents the RJD. And we have Amitabh Tiwari, who's a political analyst and author. Thank you all of you for being part of this broadcast. Charu Pragya, to you first. Yesterday, I was at the BJP office covering that very important CC meeting. In some ways, we were told that, the list is expected today. There's complete unity and there could also be a joint press conference. When is that first list expected? And is there a sense that some of the parties may not be completely happy with that 29 seats going to Chirag Paswan?
Vasudha, good evening. And good evening to everyone else on the panel as well. I think NDA's formula for this election is about balance. It is about remaining devoted to the aspirations of the people of Bihar. And this seat sharing is exactly that. We and our alliance partners, the two major ones, are contesting on 101 seats. Each Chirag Paswan's party gets 29. And as the statements coming from his party reflect, this is all about quality over quantity. We have to focus on who is the best candidate from any particular seat. And, if you do a basic check of the strike rate that the NDA has had in Bihar, Vasudha, I think we always get this calculation correct. We focus on what the people need. We do not get into bitterness and petty fights like the opposition seems to be getting in. They've been washing their dirty linen in the longest time. And if you even look back to last time, where Congress's strike rate was even less than they won 19 seats out of the 70 they contested on. In Lok Sabha, their strike rate was less than 20%. So they have consistently performed terribly. Whereas the NDA is concerned, we have stuck to our promises. We've been delivering. Development is reaching every single corner of Bihar. And I'm really
Okay, let me get in Anshul Avijit here. Anshul Avijit, even CPI-ML is saying that this seat sharing needs to be at least announced faster. Why is there so much delay? Do you think that this may also in some ways impact the momentum that your parties have?
No, where is the delay? I mean, yesterday the NDA announced a seat sharing formula, and there seems to be a lot of, disgruntled elements there. I mean, Upendra Kushwaha just recently tweeted, says कि मुझे आशियाना वहीं बनाना है जहाँ बारिश हो रही है. So all is not right over there, and everyone was saying, they're one up, as if there is a contest to be won by announcing seats earlier than others, a couple of hours earlier than others. The real contest comes on the 6th and the 11th, right? These things take time. When there is coalition and Mahagatbandhan politics, as in the NDA, right? These things take time. There is a certain process. It has to be equitable. It has to be just. There have to be winnable seats. And it has to be highly representative, right? So all these things have to be taken into consideration. Everyone has to be consulted, and the best candidate in that manner has to be brought out. That takes time. There is no surprise here. I know that the nomination date has already begun. But that is true for the NDA as well.
Yeah, October 17th is the last date, Anshul. So clearly there is a tight window for you to also get in. Veera, you wanted to ask Amitabh Tiwari.
No, Ravi Shankar, Ravi, your ally has spoken. What's the sense from the RJD? Is the Congress pushing for too much? What can you give us more than what we know outside that everything's hunky-dory? What's happening behind the scenes?
No, see, we treat our coalition partners as equals. There is no pressure tactics. There is no blackmailing. We treat as each other as equal partners, and that is why the discussion in a democratic manner is taking place. The meetings are taking place, and very soon, very soon, the seats will be declared. Which party will get how many seats? Whereas I think in NDA the partners are not being treated equally. Chirag Paswan ji had to use sort of threatening or pressurizing language that he will contest from all his party will contest from all the seats. Manji ji is posting poetry, poems every day, and so they got their share. But BJP is playing as the big brother there, not as equal partners. And for the first time, BJP and JDU will contest at equal number of seats. This also shows that BJP within the NDA coalition is sort of flexing muscles, and otherwise JDU has always contested on more number of seats.
Okay,
than other.
Charu Pragya has to. Charu Pragya, is the BJP flexing muscles? But you know, in 2024 Lok Sabha also BJP did fight one seat extra. But the fact that while Nitish Kumar remains pivotal to the NDA campaign, it's Barabri now. Like it's even Stevens. What is your response, Charu, for that?
So, it's laughable what the opposition leaders are saying on your show today, Vasudha, because these are the same people who couldn't even conclude on a PM phase for 24 elections. With all the talks of the Mahagatbandhan, where was the Gadbandhan in Uttar Pradesh with Samajwadi Party? Where did it go in Tamil Nadu with DMK? Where did it go in West Bengal with Mamta Didi's party or with Aam Aadmi Party? Punjab. So, it's like there's a lot of chatter, there's a lot of bitterness, but when it comes to delivery, there is nothing. So for them, posturing is far more important than performance. And I've been focusing on performance. That's what I said. This seat-sharing formula of the Bharatiya Janata Party focuses only and only on performance so that we bring to the people of Bihar what they truly deserve, what they did not have during the Jungle Raj of the Lalu Raj. And that left such a bad taste in the mouths of every single voter in Bihar. They're still suffering today. But today, when you go to Bihar, when you go to the Marine Drive of Bihar, when you're driving down those brick roads which are fully constructed, people are talking about the delivery. Where it matters, that is where NDA has performed really well.
Let me get Amitabh Tiwari in. Amitabh, you've heard all the politicians speak. Who do you think has the edge at this moment in terms of seat sharing? Who's got the task better sorted out in front of them?
No, essentially seat sharing has, you can say, three stages. One is the overall sharing of the seats among the allies, which NDA has done. The second is the announcement of candidates and which party will be contesting which seat, which both have not done yet. And the third is the management of rebels, because that also is going to play a key role in this election. And I think both the parties or both the alliances, NDA and Mahagatbandhan, realize this. And that's why we are sitting so close to the last date of nominations, which is 17th. And yet we do not have the names of the candidates from the major parties. It's largely because both fear that there could be rebellion, and you have Ajan Suraaj or other parties where rebel candidates could switch to and they could play a key role in the electoral results.
Right. Anshul, Vijay,
how worried are you about a rebellion in the alliance?
Are you asking me?
Yes, Anshul.
Anshul,
you look, for one seat, particularly if they're winnable seats, and particularly if the Mahagatbandhan is set out to win, there'll be a number of candidates. I mean, it shows the strength of the Mahagatbandhan and the popularity of it. There are going to be so many contenders. In one seat in Chenari, for instance, in Sasaram, there are 154 contenders for that seat. It's not possible to give it to 154 people. There's only going to be one. there will be people who will be disappointed naturally, but ultimately it is going to be the most winnable, the most recognizable face, the most representative face that will clearly emerge. That is a problem that has happened since the time of parliamentary elections. It's not a new problem if you call it such to contend with. That's not going to be the issue. The issue is the resolution as fast as we can.
Okay.
We know we're pushing the date. It's never it's not something that we asked for, but it does happen. It has to be a logical process in
Dr.
which the right
Ravishankar,
candidate has to come out at the right time.
That
You
is
can't
an
hurry
important
that process.
point that Avijit has made. But Dr. Ravishankar, does it really bother the RJD that the Congress party has not really declared Tejashwi as a CM face? And I completely understand that point because they probably are looking at, getting other communities as well, including the EBCs and Dalits. But the fact that Tejashwi himself had to go around again and again, claiming that he's the CM face, do you think that the Congress party could have supported you more in that?
No, I think, it was evident since the very beginning. We are the largest party with highest vote share. And if Tejashwi ji was the convener of the Mahagatbandhan, so it was very much evident that he will be the CM face. Now it was declared by the Mahagatbandhan. So I think it's not a issue. I mean, at what time you declare the name officially, because everybody
It
knows.
doesn't really
Or
matter
not
what you say
Tejashwi ji.
officially. What
Just
is
a second.
perceived is important. That's an important point, but we'll have to wait and see if more fissures, Veera, emerge after the seat sharing arrangements come out. Thank you so much, all of you, for being part of this broadcast. Veera, with three clear fronts emerging now, a disciplined NDA, what seems like a struggling Mahagatbandhan, but of course there's some clarity that is expected tomorrow, and a stealth-styled reformist Jan Suraaj, which has already released two lists of seats. We'll have to wait and see whether Bihar's voters are ready for a new political language beyond what we see as national alliances.
Well, this is the story in every election. When there is an alliance, there is seat-sharing troubles. But that's all we have time for on the Southern View this evening. Vasudha, news and updates continue right here on NDTV.